hereby called to order. To lead the morning prayer, I call on Honorable Putaran, please. Lead the prayer.
Heavenly Father, we came before you with gratitude and humility, seeking your guidance as we gather in this session today. Grant us wisdom and understanding that our decision may be just, fair, and in the best interest of all those we serve. Fill our hearts with compassion, our minds with clarity, and action with integrity. Help us to work together in unity and respect, always mindful of the responsibility entrusted on us. May your spirit of this discernment lead us in every discussion and decision. Lord, tulungan po kami mananatiling kalmado at disiplinado sa lahat ng oras habang aming pinag-aaralan ng mga ordinances at resolution na siyang nakasalan sa aming session. Bigay mo po kami na hindi para sa sarili ng pakanan ng aming priority. Dapat po ay kakabuti ng aming mga kababayan at sa progreso ng aming bayan. We ask your blessing upon this meeting and upon all is affected by the outcome of our work. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
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 Thank you so much, Honorable Madam Putaran. Can I call on Miss Joy, please, to conduct the national anthem.
Bayang magiging handa kami.
Bayang magiging pwersang silahan, alam ng puso sa liway may lupang hiniran, itang mahigit sa manlulupa. Di ka masisi sa dagat at mundo, sa simoy at sa langit mo'y buka. May ilang tula, awit sa babayang minamahal, ang sutang matawag may nabumbay na nandinig. Ang bituin at araw ng kailan pa may nagdidilig. Lupa na araw na araw, ating pagsinag, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang ligaya na pa may mag-aapi, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Thank you so much, Miss Joy. Mr. Secretary, please roll the call. Would you read the minutes of the previous session, sir?
I move that we discuss the reading and consideration of the minutes of the previous session and consider it as approved. So moved, Mr. Presiding Officer.
All right. Seconded. The reading of the minutes of the previous session is dispensed with. Anyone from the body who wishes to avail of the privilege hour? There's no one. Any committee report or consideration, sir?
What the committee report supposed to be the honorable chairman and committee, but the committee hearing is not yet finished, Mr. Presiding. So you made the request appointment of that
Alright, let's proceed with the calendar of business for today, everyone. Let's start with the items, sir, Mr. Secretary.
The Honorable Herbert R. Galabay.
Mr. Honorable Herbert Galabay, sir, you are recognized.
Mr. Presiding Officer, honorable members of this Sangguniang Bayan, maraming naman mga bisita na yung umaga. I am pleased to put forward a resolution that underscores the power of collaboration for the greater good of our community. The proposed resolution authorizing the local executive to empower spiritual leaders in the prosperity to actively participate as partners in values formation and spiritual upliftment of its constituents and all sectors of the government aims to forge a vital partnership between our local government and spiritual leaders who serve our community. This initiative is entailed to enable these revered figures to more formally contribute their wisdom and guidance, fostering renewed focus on values, integrity, and spiritual growth across all levels of our society and government. Naniniwala po ako, Mr. Chair, na ang lakas ng ating komunidad ay hindi lamang sa infrastruktura o ekonomiya. Ito po ay may malalim na nakawal sa mga magpapahalaga sa moralidad at spiritualidad na gumagabay sa ating mga mamayan at sa ating mga pinuno. Hindi po ito nangangahulugan ng paghiwalay ng simbahan at estado, kundi isang pagbubuklod ng persa para sa sanlayunin ng pagbuo ng isang komunidad na may matibay na pundasyon ng moralidad, pagkakaisa at spiritual na kaunlaran. Sa pag-apuga ng pangalan ito, hindi lamang natin tinikilala ang kanilang mahalagang ambag, kundi binibigyan din natin sila ng mas maraming espasyo upang maglingkod at makapagbahagi ng kanilang karunungan sa salita ng Diyos. Ito ay isang pamumunan sa moral at spiritual na kapital ng ating bayan. Isang pamumunan na magbubunga ng mas mapayapa, mas maayos, at mas makayos na pamayanan. Kaya sa pagkakataon ito, hinihikayat ko po ang lahat ng aking mga kapakasabi na suportahan ang panukalan ito, bigyan natin ang ating local executive ng kapangyarihan upang maging galap ng sa katuparan ang hikayan ito. Sa pagkakaisa ng lokal pamahalaan ng mga leaders spiritual, walang duda na mas maging matatag at mas maunlad ang ating munisipyo. Maraming salamat.
Alright. Thank you so much, Honorable Sir Herbert Galabay. Any motion to dispense with the readings of this proposed resolution from the body? Or any comments, sir?
I would to suspend the internal procedure for the final and adoption of the proposed resolution.
I second the motion.
Alright. There is a motion to dispense with the readings of this proposed resolution. So we will put it to vote. But before that, any comment from the body on this proposed resolution, sirs? Alright, let's put it to vote. The resolution proposed by Honorable Herbert R. Galabay, authorizing the local chief executive to empower spiritual leaders to actively participate as partners in the values formation and spiritual upliftment of its constituents and sectors of government. For those who wish to vote yes, kindly raise your hand, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I see all those who are present in this session voting yes. And there is none remaining to vote no. So this resolution is passed. Congratulations, Honorable Herbert Galabay. The next business of the day, sir.
The next, referring to the Sangguniang is a measure sponsored by the Honorable Apostol III 100 meters perimeter in the public and private schools in the municipality of General Mercedes and providing penalties for violations thereof.
Alright, merong isang ordinansa na propose si Mr. Honorable Salvador V. Apostol, ang ating head ng Health Committee, na bawal nang magbenta ng junk foods at sugary drinks sa within 100 meters mula sa preparatory, elementary, and high school. Sir, you are recognized, Honorable Apostol, sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chair. The Honorable Presiding Officer, Attorney Jerry Hall Vespicia, members of this august body, members of this staff, and our visitors, good morning po sa ating lahat. We all know the importance of a healthy and balanced diet, especially to children. There are various government agencies and even private companies and NGOs promoting good health to help eradicate the growing number of health cases related to excessive consumption of unhealthy foods and drinks. In the recent regular meeting of the local health board and the local school board in the municipality, some of the issues raised and concerns include students who are seen eating bunches of junk foods and even drinking soft drinks and even energy drinks na nabibili po sa mga kantina malapit sa school. The Department of Education have issued Department Order Number 8 Series of 2007, the revised guidelines on the operation and management of school canteens in public, elementary, and secondary schools. And another Department Order Number 13 Series of 2017, the policy guidelines on healthy food and beverage choices in schools and DepEd offices, which aims to help eliminate malnutrition among pupils or students. That school canteens shall serve as a venue for the development of desirable eating habits for pupils. While the school heads have jurisdiction inside the school premises and to ensure that only those foods recommended by the department are served in the school canteens, which are categorized as green, yellow, and red. They can no longer monitor the eating habits of these school children when they are outside of the school. So in 2024, last year, the Rural Health Unit report says that there are cases of children from ages 5 to 15 who have suffered from urinary tract infection. And just recently, one elementary pupil suffered from kidney failure. And these are all inclined by excessive consumption of junk foods and sugary drinks among school-aged children. Hence this proposal, Mr. Presiding Officer. I am hopeful and confident that the passage of this ordinance will help in the promotion of eating healthy foods, not only to children but to us adults. Thank you so much, Mr. President.
Thank you so much, sir. Honorable Salvador Apostol, napaganda ng ordinance na yan. Bawal na ng sugary drinks at junk foods within 100 meters mula sa ating eskwelahan hanggang high school. Alright, this is to be referred to the Committee on Health and Sanitation headed by Chairman Salvador Apostol and to the Committee on Education jointly chaired by Honorable Paulo Adun and also membered by Honorable Salvador Apostol and Mr. Sir Arnold Barangan. The next business of the day, sir.
The next organization refers to the Sangguniang Bayan, the resolution authorizing the Honorable Mayor Dr. Arqueo de Saspicio Visalupan to enter into a memorandum of agreement with the Department of Social Welfare and Development, Region 2, relative to the prepositioning of food and non-food items in the municipality of General Mercedes, again introduced by Honorable Salvador Apostol.
Alright, napaka-active ng ating mahal na Honorable Salvador Apostol, sir. Congratulations! Alright, you're recognized, sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. Presiding Officer. Once again, everyone, good morning. With regards to the passage of a resolution authorizing the Honorable Mayor, Attorney Malu Vespicia Sububan, to enter into a memorandum of agreement with DSWD Regional Field Office 2. Alam po natin lahat that typhoon season in the country has already begun. In fact, just recently we were visited by Typhoon Christine. Fortunately though, side trip lang tayo. Fortunately, as per the terminal report coming from the local disaster risk reduction and management office, there are no significant damages reported within the municipality of Reyna Mercedes. And so, by virtue of Republic Act 10121 or the Philippine Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Act of 2010, which has 4 pillars, and one of which is the disaster response, whose role is to ensure delivery of humanitarian assistance to affected populations during calamities or emergencies. The DSWD is mandated to be the lead agency in the provision of food and non-food items to affected populations in the LGUs, especially if the LGU has no longer sufficient response to the needs of the victims. It is for this reason that I seek support from this August body to support the passage of this resolution for a memorandum of agreement with the DSWD Regional Field Office 2, represented by the Regional Director Lucia S. Alan, for the repositioning of relief goods in our municipality. This arrangement will ensure availability of resources to be used during relief operations without having to wait for the hauling of these items from the DSWD warehouse. Thank you, everyone.
Alright, thank you so much, Honorable Salvador Apostol. Napakaganda po niyan. Ibig sabihin, yung supply ng reliefs ng food and non-food items in times of calamity ay ilalagay na dito sa ating bayan. Available kaagad. Alright? Any comment from the body, please?
Mr. Chair,
Honorable Domingo Bawa, sir, you're recognized.
I move for the second motion. But the Honorable Apostol sponsored the resolution authorizing the municipal mayor Dr. Lourdes Sacuban to enter into a memorandum of agreement with the Department of Social Welfare.
Honorable Dalabay, sir.
Mr. Chair, this the memorandum of agreement have budgetary implications to the LGU.
There is a question, sir, posed.
Yes.
Would you like to comment, Mr. Honorable Apostol, sir?
It is not obliged. The LGU is not obliged for any budgetary requirement with regards to the prepositioning of these goods. All items are coming from the DSWD Regional Field Office 2, but if there is a need for the LGU to personally haul items from the warehouse of the DSWD, the only counterpart na magagaling sa atin will be transportation, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Yes, thank you so much, sir, for that clarification. Napakaganda po pala. Dahil hindi na kailangan bumastos ng ating munisipyo, ready na kagad yung ating food and non-food na items na pwede natin ibigay in times of calamity. Thank you so much sa question, Honorable Galaway. Any follow-up, sir?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Yes, kasama na yung bayan between the MOPAS before the MOPAS provision. Yes, kasama na yung bayan between the memorandum of agreement provision before authorizing the Honorable Mayor.
You like to review it, sir?
No. When it has it reviewed already the Sangguniang Bayan has become reviewed. Sorry, na-review ng Sangguniang Bayan sa mga provisions na MOA ito bago natin bigyan ng authority na pumasok ating mahal na punong bayan sa memorandum agreement ito, sir.
Alright, Honorable Apostol, sir, would you like to respond?
Yes. As your committee chair on the social services, I took the responsibility of reviewing the document, the proposed memorandum of agreement. I didn't see any problems with it anyway, because this memorandum of agreement is a routinary activity between the LGU and the SWD. It's just that I concentrated on reading a specific provision, which is the roles and obligations of both parties. And wala akong nakita naging problema except for ensuring that the warehouse to be used in Reyna Mercedes should be in a good running condition, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Alright, Mr. Honorable Galabay, sir, gusto mo bang reviewin muna yung MOA bago natin i-put to vote yung resolution or yung motion na natin ni Honorable Bawa na pabotohan na natin ngayon?
I would to go for that.
Alright, I assume that as a secondment or seconding of the motion by Honorable Bawa to suspend the rules and diretso na agad tayo sa pagboto ng resolution na to para agad-agad yung ating non-food and food supplies ay may lagay na sa ating warehouse para available na agad pag-deliver sa mga nangangailangan nating kababayan in times of calamity. Any objection from the body to put to this? Mr. Honorable Esteban, sir.
We must remember that he was asleep. So why do you question the authorization today? Bakit natin questionin na i-authorize pa ni Mayor yung mga yun? Libre na lang para sa atin coming from the provincial government.
Alright. My question si Honorable Esteban, bakit kailangan pa ng authority ng Mayor? Excuse me, sir?
We can't have any questioning the authority of the Mayor
Yes, sir.
to authorize the passage of this resolution. I mean, bakit questioning pa natin, tingnan namin yun? Libre naman yun para sa atin dito sa regular service.
Alright. Okay. Meron po bang nag-question ng authority ng Mayor or yung passage ng resolution na ito from the body? Honorable Dalakay, sir, you're recognized.
Mr. Chair, my statement while ago is that has the Sangguniang Bayan reviewed the memorandum of agreement provision before authorizing? I'm not questioning the authority of the local executive to enter into a memorandum of agreement. But I just think that is necessarily already reviewed. So Mr. Apostol has already answered my question. So okay po tayo.
Alright, inulit ko po. Meron po bang miyembro ng body na ito na gusto pang i-review muna yung MOA or yung resolution itself before we put it to vote? Wala. At wala po objection sa motion ni Honorable Bawa na isuspend muna ang ating rules at pagbotohan na natin yung resolution ngayong araw nito. Wala rin po. So let's put to vote yung resolution na proposed ni Mr. Honorable Salvador Apostol na mag-enter into MOA ang ating mahal na mayor at ang national government para sa pag-provide ng food and non-food items para agad-agad tayo makapag-respond sa mga calamities. Okay? For those who wish to vote yes to this proposition, kindly raise your hand, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I see everyone who is present in the body today voting in favor of yes. So that resolution is carried, sir. Mr. Honorable Apostol, congratulations. The next business, sir, Mr. Secretary.
The next business, again, introduced by the Honorable Apostol III, resolution authorizing the municipal mayor to enter into a unified memorandum of agreement with the Department of Social Welfare and Development.
Another matter, Honorable Apostol, sir.
Thank you once again, Mr. Presiding Officer, members of the Salvo Sumali. With regards to the proposed resolution authorizing the Honorable Mayor Attorney Maria Lourdes Respicious Saguban to enter into a unified memorandum of agreement with the DSWD National Office and represented by Director Lucia Suyo Alan in her capacity as the Regional Director of the DSWD, purpose of which is to establish a partnership with the DSWD aimed at developing and implementing social protection program that will address the needs of the poor and to empower citizens and to promote inclusive growth in the municipality. Naniniwala po ako, Mr. Chair, that through this partnership, the delivery of services, especially the social protection program, will be implemented successfully in the municipality of Reino Buceres. And by partnering with the DSWD through this MOA, unified MOA, technical assistance will be provided in the LGU, and there will be convergence of all programs intended to alleviate the living conditions of the poor. Masisiguro ko din po that through this unified MOA, ang lahat ng mga programa, lahat ng mga activities and projects ay may sasakatuparan in a participatory and transparent manner.
Alright, congratulations again, Mr. Honorable Salvador Apostol. Ang sipag mo talaga, kasama ng ating mayor. Any comment dito sa proposed resolution na ito from the body? Alright, so I assume that it will be put to vote today.
I move that we discuss the resolutions again, so we can proceed to the vote, Mr. President.
Second the motion.
Alright, motion. Julie, seconded. For those who wish to vote yes to this proposed resolution, kindly raise your hand, please. I see all present voting in favor of the resolution of Honorable Salvador Apostol Kelly. Congratulations, sir. To the next business, Mr. Secretary.
For the next representing, again, introduced by the Honorable Salvador Apostol III, an ordinance adopting the provision of the Republic Act number 11/2028, otherwise known as an act providing for the mandatory health coverage for all persons with disability, amending for the purpose of Republic Act number 72/77 as amended on the Magna Carta for the persons with disability in the municipality of Nueva Mercedes.
Again by Mr. Salvador Apostol. You are recognized, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. With regards to the proposition, localizing the implementation of Republic Act 11228, I would just like to give this body some few points. As of this date, we already have a total number of 791 profile persons with disability in the municipality. And these 791 persons with disability are now ready for profiling by the Department of Health for inclusion in the mandatory coverage of PhilHealth benefits. For the year 2025, the total budget allocated for persons with disability amounting to 745,606 pesos and 38 centavos, representing 0.5% of the general budget of the LGU for the year 2025. Some key points for the localization of this act is that it aims to provide the persons with disability access to healthcare services through the National Health Insurance Program. And all PWDs regardless of gender, age, and ethnicity are automatically enrolled in the NHIP. The payment of these premiums will be shouldered by the national government from the proceeds of the Public Act 10351 or the same tax law. And one more reason to adopt this in the local level is to ensure the effective implementation of the program at the community level. And it is necessary to come up with this implementation mechanism so that resource allocation at the local level can also be determined, and to establish monitoring and evaluation system, and most importantly, to raise public awareness with regards to this law and its benefits to the PWDs.
Thank you so much, Honorable Salvador Apostol, sir. Napakabay mo talaga. Itong ordinance po na ito ay para sa ating mga PWD. Siya po ang in-charge dito, ang ating committee chair, Mr. Salvador Apostol. At yung implementation ito, sir, ay susubaybayan mo rin. Kaya lahat po ng nakikinabang ng social services ng ating munisipyo at ng ating probinsya at ating national. Nandiyan po si Honorable Apostol na tutulong sa inyo, sir. Napakasipag talaga ni sir. Any comment from the body? Patungkol sa proposition na ito ni Mr. Honorable Apostol tapos sa pagpasa ng ordinansa para sa ating mga PWD. Honorable Restaurant, sir.
This time, we're not going to review the provisions of this ordinance, the Republic Act number 11/2228. Kasi sa one of my family, as a first member of this PWD, dinadal, pangalan niya sa listahan. So yung mga benefits na nakukuha niya, hindi na niya nakukuha. Eh yung anak ko parang na yung nalagari yung ulo. Hindi na ginawa, hindi na mapagpagkaw. cannot understand, sir. That's why I propose the review of this Republic Act.
Alright, napakagandang comment po yun, Mr. Honorable Edwin Esteban. I think pinirepresenta mo yung maraming sentimento ng mga kababayan natin dito sa Reyna Mercedes. Any comment from the body? Honorable Apostol, sir.
Thank you for the question, Mr. Honorable Edwin P. Esteban. Number one, the reason why yung tao po na tinutukoy ninyo has been certified as a person with disability is because of the accident that has happened. And if we are to define what person with disability means, is that you no longer have the capacity of doing the same things as normal people do. And I don't understand why you are claiming that natanggal ang pangalan niya sa PWD, sa listing ng PWD. During that time po na nalaman niyo na tinanggal ang pangalan ng inyong anak sa PWD, did you ask po the concerned agency of the reason why he was removed from the list po?
Any comment from Honorable Esteban, sir? You're recognized, Mr. Esteban.
Previously, my son received benefits for over 7 years. It's only now 2024 na tinanggal. So, yung mga sa amin, pag nagtatanong ako, hindi nila kasagot. Hindi daw siya, sagot, hindi, anak daw siya ng retired, anak daw siya ng pensioner. Yun ang sagot nila sa akin. So, yung mga benefits niya, mga bigas na binibigay, wala na. Dahil anak daw siya ng empleyado. Yun ang laging sagot sa amin. Pag tinatanong namin, pag hindi ka naman ganito maalam. Marty has been receiving almost 7 years now. As intended. It's only 2024 na tinanggal yung pangalan nito. Hindi ko alam kung bakit.
Mr. Chair, may I ask the Honorable...
That's well taken, Honorable Esteban. That's a valid point. Honorable Apostol, you're recognized, sir.
Yeah, I'm just interested in knowing what specific privileges ang hindi natanggap, ang dating tinatanggap ng tao nito na hindi na niya natanggap noong 2024. Are these privileges are the same as ayudas na pinapamibigay po ng LGU or the provincial government?
Honorable Esteban, ano daw po ba, gusto niyo po bang magsalita? Ano daw po ba ang privileges specifically yung natatanggap ng particular na tao ito before siya natanggal mula sa listahan ng PWD?
Mga bigas sila po ganun. Mga bigas sila. Saka, during Christmas season din, lahat ng news na PWD at saka senior citizen na nakaka-residensya, coming from the, I don't know if coming from the provincial, national, from our municipality. Pero lahat yan dapat sa tuloy nakaka-residensya.
Thank you so much, Honorable Esteban. Honorable Apostol, sir.
Now I see it. Thank you so much, Honorable Edwin Esteban. When it comes to privileges of a person with disability pursuant to Republic Act 11228, they are entitled because they were provided with ID and purchase booklets, just in case needed that. So from transportation to medical laboratories to almost everything, and even the consumption of prime commodities, they are entitled for certain percentage discount. Ngayon po, ang tinutukoy po ninyo ay bigas. I think it's the ayuda na nang galing po sa municipal government of Reyna Mercedes, Isabela. Okay? Sa pamimigay po ng ayuda po natin sa persons with disability po, there are sometimes kung saan across the board nabibigyan po lahat ng mga persons with disabilities natin, depende po sa programa bumababa. And there are also times kung saan ang targeted beneficiaries sa pagbibigay ng mga ganitong ayuda po are those literally as poorest among the poor persons with disabilities, Mr. Presiding Officer. So once a person with disability is receiving sufficient support from the family, and if this person with disability is currently employed in the formal economy, madedelist po talaga sila for this certain program na po, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Mr. Honorable Pastor, if you let me, ibig sabihin po ba kaya siya natanggal sa listahan ngayong 2024 lang ay dahil na-discover na hindi na siya indigent?
Sige po. Sort of, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Yes?
Yes, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Any comment on that, Honorable Esteban? Dahil na-discover daw na hindi na siya indigent, kaya natanggal siya mula sa listahan.
Mr. Chair, it was issued an ID and then Marquez booklet 7 years ago. Hindi naman niya eh. Sa mga pag-uwi siya, gatas niya, sa mga medicine niya. Hindi naman niya ng 7 years. But for now, hindi na.
Let me propound clarification, Mr. Honorable Esteban. Ibig sabihin po ba, pwede natin i-assume na in the past 7 years ay enjoy niya yung privilege as an indigent, recognize siya as indigent, and therefore, nakaka-receive siya ng mga ganong benepisyo?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair.
Honorable,
If I will copy of all the receipt, every time we buy his needs, like say for instance, medicine, so what's important to people? Kasi yung maintenance yung utak niya.
Mr. President,
Honorable Apostle, sir.
I would just like to clarify that the issuance of the PWD ID and a purchase booklet, wala po siyang kinikilingan whether you are coming from the indigent family or has the capacity. Lahat po nabibigyan nun. Ang tinutukoy ko po na indigent lang ay yung mga ayuda na nagagaling sa provincial and local government. Where na-identify lang po nila yung indigent persons with disabilities.
Honorable Apostle, sir, if you let me ask the question, meron po bang particular na process or event during this year na nag-cause ng removal ng kanyang pangalan mula sa listahan such that from your end, bigla na lang nawala? Meron bang nangyaring review para matanggal yung pangalan niya? Kung pwede nyo kami liwanagan tungkol sa proseso na yan?
Well, Mr. Presiding Officer, I may not be the right person to answer such question further, no? But as I can see it, the son of Honorable Esteban has been receiving benefits mula sa national government po through the use of his ID and purchase booklet. Pero ang concern ko lang po ngayon dito is yung mga benefits na maaari niyang matanggap sa local level. Na maaari siyang na-delist because he is not from the indigent family. Yun lang po ang point ko. Because with the limited budget na nagaling po sa LGU, provision of price subsidy for example, hindi po niya lahat talaga makater sa lahat ng persons with disability. But with regards to this po, I will take note of this and to personally do some clarification sa Office of the Person with Disabilities Affairs.
Last question, Honorable Apostle, if you let me ask this. Ibig sabihin po ba ay baka gusto mong ikwento yung process ng reviewing, sir? Kasi i-imply po ninyo na mayroong periodic review kung dapat bang i-maintain sa listahan yung isang tao o hindi. Baka gusto mong ikwento para maliwanagan ng ating kababayan para maset nila expectations nila kung mananatili ba sila sa listahan na yung taon na to o hindi. Or kung bakit nanatili sila ng listahan ng napakahabang panahon at bigla silang mawawala sa listahan. Meron bang notification na malalaman nila na mawawala sila sa listahan? Meron bang right na mapakinggan muna sila bago sila matanggal sa listahan or ma-notify man lang sila para hindi po sila mabigla o sumama ng loob katulad dito?
Yes po. Thank you so much, Mr. Presiding Officer. Una-una po, ang LGU is identifying all possible persons with disabilities within the municipality. At once na-identify na po sila, dadaan po sila sa tinatawag na portal ng Department of Health. Online portal po ito for listing of all persons with disabilities. And another procedure is that a general intake sheet is being conducted by the Office of the MSWD through the help of the focal person ng persons with disability kung saan ina-assess po yung kalagayan ng bawat person with disability. From the cost of the disability, the living condition of the person, and everything else that needed sa recording po nila. And another one is that a certification coming from the physician, from a physician, certifying as to the kind of disability meron ang tao nito. And from there, the person with disability affairs office, sila po yung nagkakategorize as to the status of this person, Mr. President.
Oh, napakaganda ng explanation ni Honorable Salvador Apostol. Pero kung ano tayong process para ma-maintain yung status ng iba't ibang sektor na social dito sa ating bayan. Namomonitor po ba natin yung ating in charge dito sa Executive Department kung consistently lang na-a-assistan yung ating mga kababayan para ma-ensure na maayos nilang namomonitor yung kanilang kalagayan para tumanggap ng mga ganitong benepisyo para hindi na tayo malito at malinaw yung explanation para sa ating mga kababayan kapag biglang hindi sila nakatanggap ng benepisyo or hindi na sila may include sa listahan.
Yes, Mr. Presiding Officer. In fact, they go through a lot of accreditation and assessment coming from the higher offices to ensure that the implementation of this program is successful in the municipality. What I am seeing is hindi naman talaga na-delist yung anak ni SB from the list of persons with disability, but just for the purpose of this certain ayuda, pamibigay ng ayuda na delist. Because this is intended only for those who are belonging from the poorest among the poor persons with disability. Like for example, Mr. Chair, kung nagbibigay po ang isang ahensya ng isang livelihood assistance, livelihood training para sa mga persons with disability, hindi rin po lahat ng mga 791 PWDs natin ay nabibigyan ng livelihood assistance. Kinakategorize po rin po ito.
Maraming salamat sa explanation, Honorable Apostol. Napakaganda po ng inyong paliwanag. Pero meron po kayong dinis na panibagong anggulo dyan. Sinasabi po ninyo na hindi lahat ng programa ay porket nasa lista ay mabibigyan ka. Depende sa availability. Baka limited lang yung pwedeng ipamigay po. Baka po ba gusto nyo ipaliwanag dito sa ating bali ngayon kung paano tayo namimili ng taong bibigyan natin kung limitado lamang yung ibibigay natin sa kanila para ma-expect ng ating mga kababayan na kapag nandun sila sa listahan, bakit kaya hindi sila mabibigyan for that time only? Ano po ba yung mga standards natin and procedures natin sa pagpapatupad ng mga limited distribution na ito?
Like for example, Mr. Presiding Officer, ang pag-grant po ng livelihood training para sa PWD, kailangan po nilang dumaan sa isang assessment. Unang-una, can they physically do the training? Can they physically attend the training? And pangalawa po, yung kanilang estado. Sila ba ay mas mahirap kaysa dun sa mahirap pa na person with disability? At mas nangangailangan ba sila ng livelihood assistance kaysa sa ibang PWDs?
If you let me ask the question again, Mr. Honorable Apostol, thank you so much sa explanation. In this particular instance na sinasabi ni Honorable Esteban na sa isang distribution ng rice ay hindi natanggap at sinabi po ninyo na in that instance kung hindi siya na-include and nasa Department Head po siguro ng ating social services ang mag-determine kung makakatanggap ba itong particular person na ito na nasa listahan ng ayuda o hindi. At siya yung mag-determine kung kailangan ba niya o hindi. So sinasabi niyo po ba sa akin na yung whole discretion para mag-include at hindi mag-include ay nasa head ng department na iyon? Or meron ba siyang standards na sinusunod para since sinasabi natin na indigent naman silang lahat, sino ang mas indigent? Or alin dito yung dapat kong piliin? Meron ba siyang klaro na standard para lang hindi maiwan sa kanyang sole discretion yung pagpili? Kasi po sana maintindihan ninyo yung concern ng ating mga kababayan na since lahat naman ito ay eligible, kung sufficient naman yung distribution, pero paano mo masasabi sa akin na mas deserve yung isa kaysa sa isa based lamang sa sole discretion mo? Meron bang standard na malinaw na fair na ipamimigay sa ating kababayan para hindi sila masaktan kapag hindi sila napili?
I would say, Mr. Presiding Officer, that this is a sole discretion of the department head or of the person with disability affairs office. For sure, there are guidelines na sinusunod po ang opisina, kaya po sila nakakapili or na-determine who's who. Pagdating po sa case na alam ni ni Honorable Edwin Esteban, I will have to verify this personally, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Yung guidelines po na tinutukoy ninyo, sir, pamilya po ba kayo doon? Baka gusto niyo po paliwanag para po.
My apologies, Mr. Presiding Officer. My apologies. I'm not that familiar with it. But I'm willing to go over it.
Any comment from Honorable Esteban? Napaganda po ng mga paliwanag ni Mr. Apostol, sir. Honorable Esteban.
Insofar as intelligence is concerned, my son is a married man. Wala po siyang trabaho kahit ang asawa niya. Galing lahat sa akin ang pinabubuhay nila. Do we consider him as not intelligent? Galing na sa ako naman ang bumubuhay sa akin ngayon this time. Kasi bawal na ako magtrabaho talaga. Ang hindi ko rin maintindihan kung minsan, there are instances na kung minsan meron siyang gansit kung minsan wala. Ganyan. Pero previously, as I have said a while ago, 7 years, he's enjoying it, the benefits, being a PWB. Why now? Paputol-putol na.
If you would like to comment on that, Honorable Apostol, maganda po yung release na point ni Honorable Esteban. Sinabi niya po yung circumstances ng kanyang anak. In your opinion, sir, would you consider him as still indigent?
That's exactly my point a while ago, Mr. Presiding Officer, that there are assistance na nanggagaling po sa kung saang agencies that is intended for all persons with disabilities. And there are also assistance na nanggagaling pa rin either from LGU, provincial government, or from any government agencies that are intended only for those marginalized. Although they are marginalized already, pero may categories pa rin po sila, the poorest among the poor, intended only for them. That's the reason maybe why sometimes he's receiving and sometimes he's not receiving any assistance.
Thank you so much for the explanation, Honorable Apostol. Napagaling niyo po. Any comments still from the body? Honorable Esteban, sir.
Sir, it's not that I will not approve this ordinance. Kasi majority, napakaganda naman. Mabinipisyon lahat ng mga ano natin. But I just would like to clarify the situation in case of my son. Pag naayos ito, sa bagay, very important naman. Kung siya lang naman ang magsasacrifice dito, laban sa karamihan. So, there is no need for me not to approve this ordinance.
Any comment from the body? Napaganda po ng palitan ni Honorable Esteban at ni Honorable Apostol. Lahat po tayo dito, sirs, ay gusto natin na mapasaayos ang pagbibigay ng social services sa ating bayan. Kaya i-encourage ko po yung ganitong palitan para po maliwanagan tayo sa totoong proseso at kung sino dapat ang makinabang ng mga ayuda mula sa ating bayan. Napakabali po ang release ni Honorable Esteban na sino ba talaga ang dapat nasa listahan, dapat malinaw po yung proseso, yung guidelines ng pagpili, kung consistent ba o hindi. I think dinireflect niya yung sentiments ng marami sa ating kababayan. At appreciate ko rin yung competent na pagsagot ni Honorable Apostol sa pagpapaliwanag ng mga proseso nito. Kailangan po natin intindihin na siya po ay isang mababatas dito sa ating bayan at ang tanging niyang hangarin ay ma-improve ang ating proseso. At appreciate ko yung kanyang maluwag na pagtanggap sa concern ni Honorable Esteban at ang iba sa ating mga kababayan. Umaasa po kami, sir, na hindi mo bibitawan ang concern nito ni Honorable Esteban at ang ating mga kababayan. Itong matter po na ito ay i-refer natin sa inyong Committee on Health. I think, Honorable Esteban, nagkakaroon tayo ng mas substantive na deliberation tungkol sa bagay na yan sa ating committee hearing. Kahit maririnig natin yung resource person, makuha po natin yung hindi po siguro nasagot ngayon. Ano ba yung specific guidelines na dapat i-implement, bakit biglang natanggal yung tao? Kung sino ilalagay natin na paganda po yan na masagot. The bottom line lang po dito ay sa bandang muli, sana po makakamag tayo ng maliwanag na proseso para po lahat ng kababayan natin ay maintindihan nila ng maayos kung bakit they're up to receive benefits or privileges or hindi. At umaasa po ako na competently ililid ni Honorable Apostol itong process na to during our hearing, sir. At umaasa po kami na after that hearing, magkakamag tayo ng maliwanag na guidance sa ating mga kababayan dito sa ating bayan para mag-avail ng ganitong services. At sana hindi sila masyadong masaktan kapag hindi sila ma-include. Dahil nag-set out tayo ng fair na guidelines sa kanilang lahat na transparent at mukhang fair. At kapag hindi naman fair, yung process natin ngayon, na-address natin sa mga susunod na propositions natin according to sa proposition na ito. Honorable Apostol and Honorable Esteban.
Noted on that, Mr. Presiding Officer, and expect a report from me for the next session.
Alright, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Honorable Esteban. Maganda po. Yan po ang gusto natin mangyari dito sa council na po. Honorable Apostol, sir.
I move to call for the previous question. The voting for the passage of this ordinance, Mr. President.
This is an ordinance, sir. I think we should refer to a committee. Yes, sir? Para po doon natin ma-ventilate yung concern ni Esteban at iba natin mga kababayan. I think this is an important matter. We should refer to the committee and doon po natin talakayin. Alright? Any objections to that? Okay, sige po. To summarize everyone sa lahat ng mga nakikinig ngayon dito sa ating session, mahalaga po yung ibinigay na proposition na ordinansa ni Honorable Apostol dahil po may kinalaman ito sa PWD at ibang mga social sector sa ating lipunan. Napaganda po ng release na question ni Honorable Esteban na pinarepresent na yung sentimento ng marami sa ating mga kababayan dahil po hindi sila masyadong naliliwanagan tungkol sa kanilang pag-receive ng mga benepisyo. Naasa po kami na sa hearing na iyon, naliliwanagan tayo sa standards ng pag-deny o pag-approve o pag-include every time nakaka-receive ng benepisyo o ayuda ang ating mga kababayan. Para wala pong samaan ng loob. Kapag transparent po ang ating proseso dito sa ating bayan, maliwanag ang pagpapaliwanag at fair po ang ating standards sa pagpili ng makaka-receive ng ayuda, lahat po tayo ay magiging masaya. Kaya na-appreciate ko po yung active participation ni Honorable Esteban. Thank you so much, sir. At yung napakagandang initiative ni Honorable Salvador Apostol, napakasipag po niya. Ang dami po niyang pinopropose para sa ikauunlad ng iba't ibang sektor sa ating bayan. Thank you so much, sirs. And this ordinance by Honorable Apostol is to be referred to the Committee on Health and Sanitation chaired by Honorable Salvador Apostol, and whose members include Honorable Arnold Barangan and Honorable Domingo E. Bao. And we expect the active involvement of Honorable Esteban here. So thank you so much. This ordinance, proposed ordinance, is referred to that committee. With respect to the coming proposed resolutions and inquiries, I relinquish my chairmanship to Honorable Barangan, sir, so that I can articulate these propositions.
Hello, thank you for choosing me as the temporary presiding officer for this session. So before we continue, may I have 2 minutes break.
Next time for another 3 minutes, so we have 5 minutes break. Is there a vice chair?
Okay, motion is carried. 5 minutes break.
Don't me.